What's good, y'all? My name is Runit, and I'm here to present another patch rack that I made based off of Virtual Riot's most recent velocity mapping video. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. It's really inspiring and very, very sick sound design wise, so go check that out. If you have Ableton, go get his racks. But if you have FL, you're in the right place because I made a version in Patcher. So let's check it out. All right, so the version that I made is called Velocity Effects, and it basically just maps a bunch of different effects across the velocity spectrum inside your MIDI piano roll. And so you can assign different effects to different notes of your choosing. So before you maybe have made an ARP or something that sounds like this. And then afterwards, you decide which notes you want to put effects on and everything. You can kind of like go back and forth or accent certain notes with certain effects. And then you can have something that sounds kind of like this. So in this version, or this patch, I have the velocity for the first two notes going from reverb to chorus and then back up to delay, and then kind of sprinkling in some other effects there with the crush at the top. So I kind of have it going back and forth, and the lower notes are wider. So these ones that are at the bottom here are being pushed to the side and are kind of creating dynamics there with the chorus since it's at the lower velocity. So that's kind of how it works. If you're on the nerdier side and you want to see how I routed everything, it's basically just Fruity Envelope Controller, and you can change the effects to whatever you want them to be. I'll put this patch on my Patreon and you can mess with it, but so you know, you kind of assign the velocity parameters on here, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the different levels, and then that routes over, and you can, you know, pull over the different outputs from 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the controller to different parameters in each effect. So for how the patch works, it's basically turning on the effects with mix knobs, like in Hyperchorus's mix knob here, or with Luxverb, it's turning on the wet gain input. With the Fruity Delay, it's turning on the wet input, and with Effector, it's turning on the dry wet. So that's essentially how it's working here. You could change these out if you wanted to replace one. You can, you know, add a plugin and then move it over and reroute it. But these are the ones that I felt were the most useful. So maybe we should try a new patch and see, you know, how I would use this plugin. So let's start from scratch here. Let's do Vital, and I'm gonna pick a preset out here. That's cool. The Minecraft piano right here. It's pretty sick. So we'll go with that. So let's say we like this sound. Now what we would do is we would just right click on the Vital in your channel rack, and then you'd click Patcherize here. And then that'll open Vital right inside of Patcher, and you can do your routing inside here. Let's see. We're gonna add Patcher. Then we're going to add Velocity Effects. Boom. And we're gonna route it like so. And then really important, you need the notes to go from FL Studio into Patcher. So make sure that you have that routed first. So now that we have Vital into Patcher, we want to make a lead. Let's turn the volume down a little bit here. And let's turn the reverb down on here so that we can really decide which ones get reverb. Okay, so let's go in and tweak some stuff here. Now, we do want to make sure that velocity is not changing inside the patch also, so that's really important. So that's why we need velocity track right here turned down. so that it doesn't affect what we're doing inside Patcher. And now the volume's back up. So just important. Remember that in Vital. So now we can focus on velocity effects. Let's get it. These notes, we probably want to be accented somehow. So maybe we want them to be like, I don't know, like bit crushed or something. Or even wide. Let's try wide. So we'll put them down low here so that they correspond to the chorus effect. And then maybe now we can add in some other additional accent notes. What if these just went to reverb instead, maybe? And then maybe these we could send to... There we go. Now we got a whole patch. Now we could add something to smooth it out. This is what I would probably do. I would probably add like a convolver on it or something. And then now you got a whole intro. Maybe we get some more high end on this. Bring it up. There we go. So that's another version of how I would use it. And like I said, really go check out Virtual Riot's racks that he's made for Ableton as well, because they're even more complicated than this, and it's really sick to watch. So go check that out. I'll put that in the description and stuff as well. So if you're on Ableton, that's probably the way to go. But I figured FL people don't have this yet, so I wanted to make something that would work for us. And yeah, I'm going to put it on my Patreon if you want it, along with some other effects and stuff coming soon. I have a shimmer verb and then some other ones that I'm remaking from other people's YouTube videos for my FL people. And yeah, I think that's everything that I had. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about this, put them in the comments and I'll try to answer as best I can. But yeah, grab it on Patreon and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.